Alright, so this is a review on Joe Grind's RTG to Embrace the Grind. So yeah, basically the artwork is very impressive. It's artistic. It's like he's on a mission, basically. Um, so yeah, I like that. It's like um, animated, sort of. Yeah, let's just get into this album. So there's basically 10 tracks, and there's the intro, well, RTG2 intro, then From the Ghetto, then there's G's, then there's Pain, then there's Boss featuring JME, then there's Rampin', then there's Trap House featuring Gigs, then there's Like What featuring Gets and LD, then there's Aim 2.0 featuring Tiny Boost and Frisco. There's another track on there that features Tiny Boost as well. I can't remember what track it was. And then there is The World Your Oyster. Um, yeah, it's interesting seeing the link up between, Joe Grind and Gigs. In fact, before I even get into that, um, this mixed, I don't know if it's a mixtape or it's an album, but either way, this project, I like how, with artists, right, and you've listened to them over a certain amount of years, you start to see their growth. You start to hear their growth, should I say, in this case. So it's like with Joe Grind, I don't think he gets the ratings that he actually deserves. I don't know why, but sometimes when it comes to the industry or comes to music or entertainment, there's always going to be those artists that are underrated, but they're rated at the same time by those that know. You understand? They know. Yeah, so essentially with this mixtape or album, I like the perspective from the song From the Ghetto. I do like the song Boss, Boss, and then I also do like what I even got the hook in my head, like the way Joe Grind does his thing on that rhythm is a mad thing. Even Trap House, like, do you know what's mad? You know how some people like to compare and they like to say, "Oh, this artist was better on this track, on this feature or whatever." But there are some that have features and they're equally as good. Like there's no oh they did better. There's none of that. They're just equally as good. Before I even get into that, right? Um, what I do want to say is this. I'm gonna take one track, and if it's out of context or in context, it is what it is. Obviously, well, it's not as obvious, but basically, the album is called, or the mixtape is called, "Embrace the Grind" or RTG Grind. Give me a second. I need to remember properly. Respect the Grind. That's it. So basically, RTG is actually an acronym for Respect the Grind, and obviously this is part two of it, or because he has another one called Respect the Grind. I think that was like 2018, I believe, that when it came out. But yeah, I've got to review that now, innit? But anyway, so basically, to cut a long story short, what I'll say is this, right? To respect the grind, you have to embrace the grind. Like, you literally have to embrace the grind. So the only way, let's say for example, in dating and relationships, right? Women sometimes don't really necessarily respect the grind, but they embrace it because they, when I say if they're in a relationship or dating situation and their man is grinding, then it's like, it's interesting. But so I just thought something different, and I could be wrong, but I could be right. So I'm gonna say it anyway. Remember, I was just saying that Joe Grind is somewhat underrated, but rated by those who know who know. It's the same thing, right? Respect the grind. Respect Joe Grind. Embrace Joe Grind. You get it? So yeah, that's another perspective you can take it from. And But yeah, as far as dating and relationships go, you know, women have to embrace and respect the grind in terms of, you know, understanding that the man gonna have to spend more time to do what they need to do in it to get to the level that they want to get to. And men have to not fall for the bait of slowing down on the grind because their woman is complaining. And it can get, what's the word? It can be challenging because obviously some men want to please their women, in it, and you want to shut them up. So it's a sticky one. But what I recommend is if you click the link in the description box below, which says become a member of I Can View and Trust, you will get access to online courses such as Roles and Relationships. And in that course there, you'll learn exactly every piece of information you need to know when it comes to dating and relationships and stuff like that. Now, back to the album in general. I don't necessarily have a favourite track. And the only reason why I don't necessarily have a favourite track is because I like most of the tracks. Well, yeah, I do like most of the tracks. I need to listen to it again to really say what is my favourite track on there. However, I will say this though. When Joe Grind and Giggs link up on the track, they're like, if you watched Dragon Ball Z before, yeah, you will get this reference. They are like Gogeta. Yeah? So they're basically Goku and Vegeta fused together. That's what they're basically like. And if it was up to me to make the decision, I would decide, or not decide, just to say this. I would suggest that if Giggs and Buck, they all decide to basically, finally release part 3 of The Essence, or turn that into like a series. They need to use Trap House as the actual theme song. They just need to do it. The rhythm itself, yeah, like the instrumentation is cold as fuck. It's like, it sounds like it should be for a TV series, like a TV series of that nature. It really should be. Like, leave your answer in the comment section below if you agree, yeah. And then when obviously Joe Grind does his thing on it, it adds to it, to the reason why it should be a theme song. Same thing with when Giggs does his part, it adds to it. This is why I say they're like Gogeta, like it's crazy. And then yeah, but anyway, I guess that probably would be my favorite track. But then the song with Gets, Like What, yeah, that's another cold rhythm as well. So I don't necessarily have a particular favorite, but I guess Trap House is the one that stands out to me. Not because of Giggs' feature, it's because the rhythm really does sound like it should be for a TV show. When something, it's rare that I hear songs like that. Very, very rare. Very, very, very rare. But there was a song from Tiny Boost. I can't remember what song it was. Yeah, there was a song from Tiny Boost that I believe that could hold, is in the same class as being in a TV theme and stuff like that. Because I've mentioned it before. If you've seen it, you've seen that comment in it. But yeah, but it's still rare. And the fact that 2 artists from SM1 happen to make theme songs like that, authentically, naturally, get me? I'm just saying. But anyway, if you got any questions, so I'm gonna give this respect the grind, embrace the grind, like 10 out of 10. But yeah, if you got any questions, any topics you'd like for us to discuss in our videos, go ahead and leave it in the comment section below. You can hear that my belly's rumbling, so I'm gonna go get something to eat. Get me? So I'm out.